Hi everybody. Hope you're all alright. It's Wednesday again, Quick Shot Wednesday, so, well, probably going to go on a bit of something different this week. I mean, I want to show you, I've cut some cards up for this Victor, and I've had a bit of an unusual thing and gone off with Anglia. I'll not tell you too much about that just a minute, because obviously, well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that some of a later date, but it's something we've never really come across, but it's happened, so that's like on hold at the minute, but that's another thing. But it's shoved over in back corner now, because there's no doubt you can see easily ready, because it's more or less getting on its last legs ready to go. I mean, I've got these cards cut that I'm just going to show you in a bit, and I have a fuel line on its way to me. And I've also some clips on its way to me, but as things are nowadays, it's just, well, things don't come on the way to you, so that's like it always seems to be an issue. There's always some issue going on somewhere, you know, and I'm still, I haven't been over to some of them brake springs out, but we don't last drags of it anyway, you sort carpets and stuff like that. But now, what I'm going to go on about a bit is, well, that's it sounds. I woke up last night, I woke up with my breathing, and I do sometimes. Plays me up, and I just heard this plane going over. Obviously it was a big jet, big liner, and what is it? I could hear it droning over, and I just thought to myself, you just hear that noise of that, but you never weigh up what's like involved in it, what is actually involved from that, like getting off ground to being built, for it air, maintained, getting off ground, doing whatever it does it, and it just gave me an idea, because I thought, I'm going to start mentioning a few bits like with behind scenes with like Resto Shop, because you see all this, what you see, and you hear me talking about it, but it's so complex, and the actual total model to make this thing work, and you're hit with, like I've just mentioned earlier to you, you're hit with certain aspects of it like that happen that you probably never come across, that you have to come along and deal with. I mean, like with FB, I mean, it's like just silly bits like these clips. So I bought these clips off one firm, and I understand third note, so I've ordered them off another firm, and because obviously I want to get them on. So that's end of story. I want to get the door cards back on, you know, with a bit of sealing around these seals, because the seals are no longer available. I mean, I've got some seals to put in, which are still coming on the doors, which they just clip in them. I just lower the window, clip them in. So that's not, well, it's not, it is an issue, because it's an issue on build, but it's like I say, you used to send for stuff, you used to come next day, but now they're all doing, wherever you're about, it's free posting so much, so obviously they're all trying to do it as probably cheap as possible, and so I bet then you get other aspects of people who want to just rip you off what postage, it's as much as product is like, but that's like one side of it, you're chasing all your parts now, and obviously, and I mentioned before, like your overheads piled on, and that's why I've said to you I don't think there'll be any of these like serious restorations anymore, because the costs of them are just astronomical. You know, I mean, you start like, we work 40 quid an hour, so it's like 300 odd quid a day, and which is, it's a few quid. You know, so you add it up in a week, it's a lot of money, and like, so there's only so much you can do in that period of time. So that's another aspect you've got, but you need them sort of figures, because everything you buy now, which are like just consumables, things you just generally using every day running a shop, have gone out the window. You know, it's gone absolutely crazy, and you could walk every job you do. You're probably going to waste 3 or 4 hours just messing about with stuff, even if it's a small job. I mean, in shop at the moment, I've got a couple of plastic bumpers. You've seen a short while. And, obviously, one foot Land Cruiser, I'm just finishing that back end off on that. And that's got to get its back bumper on. And then there's another one. It's for young lad over at road here. He's a bit of an entrepreneur, bless him, Connor. I mean, he does calipers for motorbikes, and he refurbs and strips and reseals and does them, pressure tests them. They all go out, he paints them up, stuff like that. Sometimes he gets troublesome with his blaster, so I blast him odd ones, stuff like that. Very good lad, but he's got a key, I don't know if I don't think it's his missus' car, I think she's bumped it, and nobody had even touched bumper, nobody even repaired it, so I finished up and repaired that for him, and I thought, well, I don't know what's really going off, because these people are charging, well, they charge a lot more money than I charge. And but yeah, they can't fix a simple job like that. And then Ladwick Land Cruiser, he's a civils lads and the riggers, the climb, and they had a truck, they had a back built for a truck, and nobody could put paint on. So last week I sort of did paint art on that. I mean, I know it's completely off the norm what I do, but he was almost that desperate. He needed to get his truck back to work. He got lads stuck and they couldn't get it. So I painted it back on it, you know, a bit of seams, a bit of primer, good quality primer, and then all seams sealed up, the primer on first, then all seams sealed up, and then a nice coat of satin black, which it's like one I use for my chassis component. It's really good black, really good quality, 2-pack, fast hardener, so you shouldn't have too much trouble with it. But I did it after to help him out because he was stuck. But it's what I was saying, just through a simple thing of that plane, and I probably how my mind works. It's like I'm thinking, you've got to do this and you've got to do that. And no matter whatever it is, whether it's just a small resto thing, it's not just a case of getting a few bits and doing it. You know, everything's got to be sorted out. You know, you've got to pay your bills for number one. So they're quite handy like this bit of bumper and that wagging back. It brings a bit of cash flow in. It helps job out. You know, I mean, such as stuff like this. Well, you are earning money, but sometimes the store clients get a break in the finances. You know, various stuff like that. And also you're constantly you're dealing with new clients, so you're putting time and effort into that, and then what do they want doing? I mean, I've got a TR, I think it's TR4, it's a 4, it's not a 4, I think it's a 4. Is it a 4, is it 5? I don't know, it's might be a 5, I can't remember, I'm not really over familiar with all models on TRs, but it's one before, it'll be a 5, because it's one before it's TR6, it's one before, I think we went up to later, it was 5A I think, later one. I think this is a 5, just with lights and go, but guy had been restoring it for 5-6 years, passed on, his son got it, I went to value it for probate, and obviously, anyway, I said, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to sell it as a project. I said, well, you'll never sell it as a project, because nobody will set it on. And that is the issue you've got now. So, I'm finding that I'm getting inquiries for things like half-finished projects. Because people have passed on and then nobody will touch them, you know. I think I've mentioned before, I've had a guy on to me regarding a timber frame on a really old Buick, and you know. But this is what I'm saying about going right back. I mean, it's a lot more than showing you blasters, going around cars, talking this. There's just so much going on in here, and then I mean, sometimes I get a bit it gets hard work with my health and my breathing, but. I've just come to accept that, and that's what happens. But so I thought, well, that's what I'm going to mention, because it's not all about, like I've just said, blasting, welding, painting, or whatever, fabricating. It's not all about that. There's an absolute acre of stuff in the background, and you've got to balance the book. So for me, it's like with YouTube. I mean, I don't really earn out at YouTube. It's a few quid trickles through. It helps out. That's all it does. I mean, I'm not on one. Don't get me wrong. I've had odd big hitting videos. One with when I took Zephyr down motorway, that did well. Some others have done all right, like 30, 40,000 and stuff like that. But you tend to just trickle along to keep people entertained, because my clients are a little bit older end. They're probably not people on the phone watching them and that. But I'm going to get camera now, and I'm going to show you these bits of cards I've cut up, and just a few bits right short, show you these bumpers. Probably not even interested in plastic bumpers and bits like that, but I've done them, they're here. And then, like I say, I'll just let you have a look at Anglia, because there's an issue with that, and I'll go into it later on when things are a bit more sorted out, but it'll be static corner for a while now while we see what's happening. So, come on. These are cards for Victor. They're all cut up. Obviously, you saw all scrap. I mean, this is an unusual thing here. I mean, I'll show you this, because there's a little cutout here, and this is an old one, because handbook was in this side. So what I'll do, I'll just get some material, something similar to just bob over the top of them, but I've got to cut that out. And when I was weighing up, I couldn't weigh up what that was, but it's actually drained from scuttle. And these are just stretched over onto hardboard at minute. I mean, I've redone them all. I've done them all. Everything's exactly as it is. Clips are coming, as I said. All holes are through. But I'll stretch them all because they get a bit creased up when they get wavy. There's no guarantees you get them all out, but it's good to let them sit for probably about a week before you staple them up and stretch them, because just sitting like that makes the power, they're all pulling a lot better than they ever were. So it does help. So that's just a bit of advice. I mean, I said I'd probably show you done, but where all this showing's going to come in, I think, to be quite honest, when I start doing Zephyrs. So, like I said, it's moved to the front at workshop now, it's Victor, because it's on its last drag, so that's ready to go. I mean, there's a few bits gone off with Jensen. This is a bumper I did for a young lad who does brake calipers across the road. It's just his, I think his missus. She split it, I had to weld it all up at back, and I have like tools for that. I can do modern stuff. You know, I just don't really... It's not... Modern paint's probably no different than old paint. It's just... That's off Land Cruiser. And then Anglia's just sat up here in back now with sheet over it. Well, issues that's going on with that, which I will go... I will tell you as things just go a little bit further on and we find out exactly what is going off. But we'll just leave it at that for the time being. And obviously, this will be starting because this is the only fabrication job I've got to do. So... You'll be seeing fabrication coming off, finishing that off, which there's not a lot of fabbing, but there's a few bits and pieces that you might see. A couple of old Wolf Rays wheels. I don't get that for Zephyrs here. Just a bit of a run round anyway, and I know you like to keep up with what's going on. So, give us a like, you like video, subscribe to the channel, you want to see bits and pieces like that, or hear to me waffle on about why it all works, how it all works, and sometimes in your head you think, is it all going to work? So pass a comment anyway. So take care everybody, and bye for now.